Good morning, I'm Bee, and this is my YouTube channel, The Fuzzy Knitting Bee, and today we're talking about shawl patterns that I am absolutely obsessed with right now. Okay, so this first pattern is actually the one I am working on right now and have mentioned a few times on my channel. This is the Garden Tulip Shawl by Afifa. This is a beautiful triangle shawl that has this adorable lace tulip in the middle. And it is actually a free pattern. It calls for sport weight yarn and it calls for 634 yards. And it comes in one size. I think this is a good pattern for beginners that are wanting to learn some different stitches other than the knit and purl stitches, like some increases, some decreases, yarn over. Also, if you're wanting to learn how to use a chart, it is a good pattern for that. At first, the chart looks a little intimidating, but trust me, once you understand how to read a chart, this one is really easy to read. Okay, so I actually forgot to mention, you might see me glance down at my phone. I have the patterns right here, so I just have the information if I forget something, but it is right here, so I keep glancing that direction. That is why. Okay, so this next shawl is the Bliss-Bloss Shawl by Ambah O'Brien. This pattern costs $7 and calls for DK weight yarn. It calls for 225 yards to 515 yards. And it comes in 3 sizes. It does have some intarsia, so if you're not a fan, it does have intarsia. But I think, honestly, it's kind of worth it because this shawl is absolutely adorable. It is worked from side to side, and it creates this lovely triangle shape. I think I have a little bit of an obsession with floral shawls right now because I am working the Garden Tulip Shawl, and I am absolutely obsessed with one. I don't do a lot of color work, but I am willing to try intarsia just for the shawl. I think it is so cute. But speaking of floral shawls, let's talk about this next one. Okay, so sticking with the floral theme, let's talk about the pressed flower shawl by Amy Christoffers. I am absolutely obsessed with all the pressed flower patterns, but this pattern cost $5. It calls for DK weight yarn, and it calls for 1,000 yards to 1,020 yards. It comes in one size, but it says that it's easily customizable. This is a triangle shawl, and I think it's really cute. It's a mosaic color work, it says. Once again, I'm wanting to get into more color work. I've just done very, very little. So I want to try some different ones, figure out which ones I enjoy, which ones I don't enjoy. But I think this one is a really, really cute shawl, and I really, really want to knit it. It is so cute. I love all the pressed flower patterns. I know I've said that, and I think I really do have this obsession with floral patterns right now. I just think they're so cute. So if you have any good floral patterns, comment those down below because I really want to take a look at them. I've noticed that that is something I am really going for right now. So definitely comment those down below. But on to the next pattern. Okay, so this next shawl is the Woodruff Field Shawl by Lana Jois. This pattern costs $7 and it calls for fingering weight yarn and it calls for 430 yards to 750. It looks like it comes in 3 sizes. It is a crescent shawl with a lot of lace work and a lot of texture, and I love what it says right here. It says this lace and texture shawl captures the simple beauty of a field of flowers. And I feel like it's sticking to the theme of the video. I'm just really obsessed with the shawl. I do really kind of want to knit this one, and I think I might knit it in the fall time. I think it's a really cute shawl. I love all the texture. I love that it has lace. I love the color that it is knitted in the pattern photos. This is such a cute shawl, and I really kind of want to knit this one soon as well. So I might have to do that. Okay, so this next shawl is one that I've knitted before. I knitted it for my mom. It is the Pure Joy Shawl by Joji Locatelli. This pattern costs $6 and it calls for fingering weight yarn. It calls for 750 yards and it comes in one size. I'm sorry if you hear my dog in the background, he's barking at something. This is another beautiful crescent shaped shawl. It is mainly garter stitch, but it also has some eyelets and short rows. But it really was a fun shawl. I really enjoyed it and I loved how my mom's turned out. I will also have the photo up here, or I don't know which side I'm going to put on. I might put the main photo over here and the one that I did over here. We'll see. But this shawl is a really fun shawl. I really enjoyed it. I love Hohi's patterns. They are so cute. And I really loved this one. Okay, so speaking of shawls for my mom, this next one is one that she's wanting me to knit her soon and is actually getting the yarn for it really soon. So this is the Goldfish Memory shawl by Casapinka. It costs $7 and it calls for fingering weight yarn. It calls for 1,200 yards and it comes in one size, but it says that it is easily adjustable. This is a really pretty like lace, different texture shawl. And I like what it says here. It says, urban legend has it that a goldfish has a memory or attention span, I've heard both, of about 3 seconds or the time it takes to swim around its bowl. I think that is a really cute idea, and I've heard from other people that have knitted this shawl that you don't really get really bored with it because it switches it up so fast. And I think it's just such a cute shawl. Once again, I love the lace and it's got some different textures within it. I definitely like shawls that is not just one stitch over and over again, which is another reason I like this shawl because you do have that garter so you can just kind of zone out with this, and then it has the lace in the middle where you can focus on it a little bit more. And I think this is one of those. I think this is such a cute shawl and I can't wait to knit it. I'm so glad she wants this one. It is so cute. Okay, so this next pattern is the Windswept Desert Shawl by Mary E. Rose. This pattern costs $5.95. It calls for fingering weight yarn and it calls for 380 yards to 412. It looks like it comes in one size. It is this beautiful crescent shawl with some lace work, and can I just say I'm obsessed with the edge of the shawl. I think that is so cute. I like that it goes from the solid to the lacework too. I think that is a cute design. And this edge just adds like just that extra pop to it. I love the color that it's knitted in the pattern photos as well. And I kind of want to go for kind of a similar color. I think that is really pretty. But yeah, this is a really cute pattern. Okay, so this next pattern is another one that I've knitted before. I knitted it for my mom for Christmas. This is the Age of Brass and Steam Kerchief by Orange Flower Yarns. It is another free pattern. It calls for DK weight yarn and it calls for 230 yards to 370 yards. You can knit it as a kerchief or a shawl, just depending on how many repeats of each section you do. It is a really fun pattern. I think it is a good one for somebody that knows how to knit and purl and is wanting to pick up a few more stitches like increases and yarn overs. It is just a really cute shawl. I had a lot of fun with it. It's pretty simple, but I feel like it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so this next shawl is the High Seas by Kieran Foley. This pattern costs $8.31 and it calls for lace weight yarn and it calls for 800 yards. This pattern is a super cute lacy shawl, and I feel like the name and the pattern fit each other so well. It has a charted pattern as well as a written pattern. I'm obsessed with it. I was originally going to knit it with some yarn that I have. It's a really pink yarn, but I decided not to because I kind of wanted some blue. But it is one that I plan to knit in the future. I think it is so pretty. A little intimidating being lace yarn, but it also calls for 4 size of US 4 needles. So I don't feel like that it would hurt my hands too much going too small with the yarn, but it is super pretty and it is one that I plan to knit in the near future. Okay, so this next shawl I have knitted for myself before. It is the 198 Yards of Heaven shawl by Christy Verity. This pattern is a free pattern that calls for Aran weight yarn and it calls for 198 yards to 220 yards. This shawl is kind of more like a shawlette. It is a really fun lacy shawl though, and it's got a chart as well. I knitted this one a while back, so I don't remember too much about it, but I remember really enjoying this pattern. I thought it was really well written, and I loved how the edge was, how it was kind of had the spiky edge. It is, once again, another really pretty shawl. I really enjoyed knitting it. I think it would be a good one for maybe not a beginner, but someone that's wanting to get into some lacy shawls. I feel like this is a really good pattern for that. Okay, so the next and last shawl for this video is the Song Thrush by Kristina Vilimaite. This pattern costs $7 and it calls for fingering weight yarn, though I saw in the description of this pattern that apparently you can also knit it in DK. It calls for 329 yards to 549 yards and can be knitted in 3 different sizes. It is this lovely crescent-shaped shawl with, once again, a lot of lace and a lot of texture. I think I've had a trend here with this video with picking shawls that either have something to do with flowers or something to do with lace and a lot of texture, or to be honest, a lot of crescent shawls. I've chosen a lot of crescent shawls for this video, but I think this one is really pretty. I love the detail. I love the cables mixed with this lace design. I think that's a really pretty combination, but I will probably be knitting this one also in the near future. This video was kind of created just because I was looking at shawl patterns and these were some of the ones that were my absolute favorite, and I just really wanted to share these. But yeah, this is a really pretty shawl, and I probably will also knit this one in the future. Well, we made it to the end of the video. I hope you had fun watching. I hope I gave you a lot of good pattern ideas. And I know I will be knitting some of these in the future, mostly because my mom's going to watch this video and say, hey, I need you to knit me all these shawls. But like I said, this video was created because I was looking at shawl patterns and had a lot that I really liked. And I was like, hey, I want to talk about these patterns. So I hope you also like them. I hope I gave you some good ideas. And I will see y'all next week. Good night. And I think I have a little obsession with floral shawls right now. I think this one is just that. Really bad timing. Okay, so I think I have a little obsession with floral shawls right now, and I think this is a... Okay, so I think I have a little obsession with floral shawls right now. So I think I have a little bit of a